Hey, this is Pastor Frank. One of our listeners recently wrote in with a question. They said, how do we reconcile verses that tell us we are forgiven, but then later Jesus says if we do not forgive, we will not be forgiven? That's a great question, and there's a key word in that question. When the listener writes, later Jesus said. Because the truth is, it's not later, it's earlier. Say, Frank, what do you mean? My friend, you will never understand the Bible until you understand that God works in covenants. There was an old covenant, and there now is a new covenant. And there are things that are in the old covenant that are no longer true in the new covenant. So, for example, in Ezekiel 36, we have been given new hearts in the new covenant. In Jeremiah 17, it says our hearts are desperately wicked. Which is it? Are our hearts desperately wicked, or have we been given new hearts? One is under the old covenant economy, one is in a new covenant economy. So a pastor should never tell his congregation that their hearts are desperately wicked and deceitful, because we've been given new hearts. Does that make sense? It's the same way with this issue of forgiveness. When Jesus said those words, if you do not forgive, you will not be forgiven, he spoke those words pre-cross, burial, resurrection, and ascension. In other words, Jesus was teaching under the law because the new covenant had not yet been established. Those are old covenant words. They are not new covenant words. In the old covenant, if you did not forgive, you would not be forgiven. But in the new covenant, Ephesians 4, it's forgive because you've been forgiven. I hope that helps. There's a lot of things in the Bible that are not Christian, even when it comes to the words of Jesus, because a lot of what Jesus said, he was hammering the law to drive people away from that old covenant to the glory of the new covenant that he was going to establish. He, in essence, was saying, do you really want to live under this economy when I'm about to offer you a brand new economy? That was a great question, and I hope you're encouraged by the answer. And rest in the glory of the finished work of Christ, that you are forgiven of all sins. Glory to God. Have a great day.